Today we're doing something a little bit special. We are looking at Kiro Mobile, your way to interact with the Kiro-hosted coding agents. I've been able to test this a little bit and I'm going to give you some context. I've also written about it. Blog post is linked in the show notes below. Would love to hear your experiences on how to work with Kiro Mobile and what you're missing in the functionality, so I can steer the team on things that we want to add. Kiro Mobile is currently available only on iOS. As you can see, I can start that just like a normal iOS app. Then you get the similar view that you have on the web. You can now select the repository that you want to interact with. After selecting a repository, you can directly interact with the mobile agent in the same way that you would be able to do that on the web, right? So this is a second client that you can use to access your sessions that are hosted on Kiro Web. I think that's pretty cool. You have the similar options. Over here, you can set it to autonomous. You can select the model. Something that definitely is required over here is making this available on the Android flavor. Also, you can see that there's still like a mismatch of you have auto and autonomous over here, right? So I think that's going to be improved. What I really like is also that you can add some context here, that you can also upload images and stuff like that directly from your phone. You will see how I use that to interact with my users of my online game a little bit later in the recording as well, right? As you can see, the output of the agent is also displayed directly on the mobile screen in the same way that we have that. And yeah, as you can see, it synchronizes the sessions with what I do have on the backend, right? So I now moved over to the overview. And you see the various sessions that I have, right? Now I'm opening up a session that I had opened before, right? Which I can access here as well. I can see that there's 11 open PRs attached to it. I can see something that I cannot see in the web, right? Which is the number of open PRs. Now, in the next walkthrough, we're going to add a new question, a new thing over here, right? So in total, we're going to spark 3 ideas with Kiro Mobile, and we're going to then see how they progress in the background, right? And then I will be able to see the pull request, and you will see my workflow later as well. For simple changes, I can really do all of the changes from my mobile, and my CI/CD pipeline then picks that up and publishes the changes for the corresponding pieces of code here as well. So pretty simple. I can also access multiple repositories, right? So I can do that as well. As you can see in the recording over here, there is also the idea of being able to interact with specs and specifications, which will be coming out pretty soon. Yeah, looking forward to see this also coming. But I'm not able to demo that right now. Yeah, we see the second query that I'm sending out over here, and in the next part of the recording, we're going to see how I then take over these changes that have been done, right? So we see 3 different changes that are now in progress. Once we're done with that, we're going to see how I merge those PRs next. Okay, so now let's look at how that changes my workflow and how I can actually work with this. I'm now accessing one of the sessions we started a little bit earlier. I can see that the agent did a lot of things and gives me enough information to take a decision whether this is good or not. Once the agent has given me those informations, I can see that there's a pull request up there open. Now, I have configured GitHub Mobile to be able to access the pull request. I can see that pull request. I can actually, if I want to check the code, in this case, it's a pretty simple part of the code. I can review that from my mobile. And then I can hopefully also directly approve that. So I think I would be able to do that here. And then I can directly merge it, right? So once I merged it, my CI/CD pipeline is going to pick that up and it's going to deploy that to a sandbox environment. Me going back to Kiro Mobile, I will now see that this PR has been merged in a few seconds. And then I can go ahead and work on the second thing that we had created a little bit earlier, the renaming of the different resources in my game. Once again, there is a pull request created. I can get that merged, and then I can see, cool, this is done. Oh no, this is too big of a change, right? This is more than 5,000 lines of code that have been changed. I am obviously not going to approve this one directly from mobile because this is too big to see. I need to verify it, right? I'm still a human in the loop person, right? So I don't actually approve things that I don't understand, that I cannot directly do. But in this example that we're looking at here, I'm looking at an automation. An automation is available in Kiro Web now. That means you can trigger things regularly. In this case, what is being triggered is an update of my of all of my dependencies for a bunch of my repositories. And that's what we're doing here. And I will also not approve 12 PRs from my mobile here without verifying that. Last but not least, how do I work with feedback that I get from my end users on Telegram? The users tell me something. The Kiro Mobile app allows me to enter those images and add them over here. I can then just give Kiro Mobile the idea of review this feedback and check what you can fix. And that's amazing, because a few minutes later, I will have a pull request up and running that actually directly fixes this. And then I am able to, well, just approve those changes. That means I can get my users' feedback directly from a chat group on my mobile phone, take that information, put it into Kiro Mobile. Kiro Mobile and the agents that live on the backend will actually do the work, will come back with a pull request, and I can directly get it approved. And this is really how a simple startup workflow can change, right? Agents empower us to do a lot of things. Agents give us the possibility to run things while our PC is offline, and you don't need, as Deepak, as Swami was saying in the New York Summit keynote, you will not need to carry your laptop around anymore if you use the agents that are hosted somewhere. Kiro Web, Kiro Mobile gives a simple interface to access those hosted agents, and I can see a lot of potential of this being developed further on the AWS side to make things even simpler. So if you've watch this video and you're interested to join testing out the Kiro Mobile app, drop me a note in the comments and I will see if I can get you somehow access to the preview that we currently have. I cannot promise that, but I can ask the team at least to preview some of you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and looking forward to see you back soon.